At Groton, Connecticut, the huge submarine base sees a new era launched in underseas craft. A crowd of more than 10,000 is assembled for the keel laying of the first atomic-powered submarine. As the keel plate is lowered, President Truman approaches the huge cradle in which the sub will be assembled. Many of its parts have been under construction for a year. The President inscribes his initials on the plate with chalk, dedicating the Nautilus in one of the revolutionary chapters of the atomic age. The initials are then burned into the hull by one of the shipyard workers. Completion is expected within 1 or 2 years. Estimated speed underwater is 25 knots, with almost unlimited range on a few pounds of uranium, a deadly weapon for war or peace. The final mop-up of rioting red prisoners begins in earnest as paratroops use tear gas, flamethrowers, and concussion grenades in the cleanup job. As illegal buildings and tents burn fiercely, they mark the finale of one of the toughest stockades on the island, containing the hardcore of the red rioters. The seasoned troops make short work of the rebels as they move in under the cover of tank guns after being given their orders by General Boatner. The really tough boys are hustled out with their hands up, but the caps on the ground belong to anti-communist prisoners in token of surrender. Hundreds of these had been slaughtered by Reds through kangaroo courts. Scores were wounded during the affray, and 1 American was killed. A costly skirmish, but one which will result in a new policy on Koje, with careful segregation of Reds and non-communists in smaller compounds. Reds in Korea may well have wondered at the pinpoint accuracy with which bombs were hitting their targets. Now, Department of Defense pictures reveal Tarzan, the guided missile being loaded into a B-29 for a test on an isolated bomb range in the United States. Released from an undisclosed altitude, Tarzan starts its long drop. Now, watch carefully how it is kept on target by a method kept secret by the military. It is brought back on target right here. See the change of direction? Unerringly, it is held to the sight line and at all times is under control from the plane. Here's the target and a bullseye. A surprise strike on the Long Island Railroad serving 300,000 commuters into New York leaves milling multitudes stranded and helplessly reading the morning headlines. Empty stations and tracks are the result of a walkout by engineers on the line in a dispute over working rules by 350 of their number. The tie-up brings a frantic rush to the buses, which are taxed to capacity, and motorists jam already overcrowded highways, crawling along bumper to bumper at a snail's pace. It is one of the worst traffic tie-ups in New York's history, as thousands seek to reach their jobs. While roads are clogged, stations are deserted. It's festival time in Portland, Oregon. The annual Rose Festival, this is number 44 and a real spectacle, reaches its zenith as the grand floral parade unwinds through the city. 250,000 persons, home folks and visitors alike, view the colorful festival parade. Its theme, childhood memories, carried out in millions of massed blossoms. From every vantage point, the onlookers get an eye-filling glimpse of a rose-studded salute to the young in heart. This circus float won the grand sweepstakes. Of course, no parade could be complete without pretty gals, and this year's Rose Parade is no exception. Roses are in bloom, and Portland says it with flowers. Before a crowd of 25,000, biggest ever to see a soccer game in this country, 2 of England's top teams demonstrate the fine art of Europe's top sport. On tour of Canada and the U.S., the Tottenham Hotspurs and the Manchester Uniteds continue their feud, which began when Manchester dethroned Tottenham as British champions earlier this year. Since then, however, the Hotspurs have been hot. They have not been beaten in 10 starts. The Manchester Booters in the white pants aren't in the same league at all here in Yankee Stadium, the home that Babe Ruth built. Soccer is to Englishmen what baseball is to us, and the Hotspurs are giving their old rivals a lesson in how soccer should be played. As they say back in England, good show. The battle of old rivals turns into a rout. The Hotspurs go on a spree to win 7-1. And as we say back here, tisk, tisk. 66 cowboys and 9 cowgals from 12 western and southwestern colleges vie for laurels in the Portland Rose Festival Rodeo. Oregon State College is host to the young riders who discover this is no cinch course. It may be part of Rose Festival doings, but a buck and bronc by any other name spells defeat for students seeking a degree in acrobatics, Wild West style. Flunking out here can be mighty rough, too. Study comes hard to many an undergrad today. Bulldogging is an extracurricular activity, no routine affair either, even when you take the bull by the horn. For their final exams, the collegians meet their stiffest test of all, the Brahma Bulls. If experience is the best teacher, then this little spin should give a college cowboy enough experience to last a lifetime.